Hi, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm sort of just being pushed to sit here about 20 minutes before I have a class to do and just speak. I'm being inspired to talk about two or three things. So let's really see how this goes. I have no idea. I have nothing prepared. Okay. So I'm inspired to just talk about what has helped me with my spiritual journey, with my spiritual progression. And it really starts from within. It really started when I started to move closer to my own spirit and got to know my own spirit and started to understand the language of my own spirit and how to build my own light. And the way that I build my own light and build and expand my own power is really just to move as close as I possibly can to my true essence, which is my spirit body, my spirit inside, and caress my own spirit, honor my own spirit, love my own spirit, and just listen to my spirit and understand that I am a being of light. I am a being of light walking in this material human form for the short time here in the physical world. But when my time comes to leave this physical world, I return home to God in the spirit world. But the point of my spirit coming to this world at this time is to live, to learn, to love, and to spiritually progress. And I know that goes on. I know that my spirit cannot be destroyed. You cannot destroy energy. It just changes form. So just that awareness that my true essence, my true self cannot die, changed everything for me. And once I just understood that my soul, my spirit is eternal, and I'm here, this is a whole learning lesson, what we're all going through at this time on earth. But that's the point. The point is to learn and to hopefully spiritually progress and to awaken. A lot of us have, which is beautiful. Some of us have not. It's all free will. No one has to do what they don't want to do. We can all do what we want to do. That's the beauty of life. Okay. So as soon as I just understood my spirit and started to understand how to speak with my spirit and how to decipher the language of my own spirit, everything started to change. Once I started to do that, I became aware of the power of the spirit, power of my own spirit, as I just spoke about, but also the power of the spirit world, the power of my spirit guides, the great spirit, all of my loved ones in spirit, my spirit inspirers, just the power of the spirit all around me. And I just understood that as I built this understanding of my own spirit within, the spirit world and the power of the spirit all around me was attracted to my light as I built my own light, as I built my own power and expanded this power out into the world. I felt the spirit world coming closer. And if you could just feel the spirit world coming closer and just shift your awareness to the power of the spirit that's all around you at all times, you will feel so confident and so supported. They only come to help. They only want us to have the best life possible, to have joy, to have love, to obviously we need to go through the human conditions, which is sadness, grief, learning. And learning, I feel, comes through failures. I don't like the word failures. I think about them as opportunities to learn, but that's how we learn. So when I can shift my awareness to the power of the spirit, not even when I'm working, not even when I'm teaching or giving readings or sessions, whatever, just shift my awareness to the power of the spirit that's around me all the time to support me, to give me power, to help me, to calm me, to help me build my confidence. I just know I'm not going through this journey on my own. They are here with me in partnership to help me. They are the custodians of my spirit in the physical world. They signed on to this, and I believe that I signed on to it too with my spirit team to help me, to support me, to help me with my progression. But when I can feel my guide stepping forward and I can feel the power of my spirit team, it's a familiar energy. A lot of times I do not know why, but it just feels familiar. It's like when you run into an old friend, you don't have to speak so much. Just you know their energy and you feel comfortable, you feel supported, you feel loved. And I can feel when my guide steps forward, all of the guides that work with me, that I have the honor of having with me my whole life, but I know when they're stepping forward, and I can feel them giving me power. I can feel them giving me support, confidence, love. And when I feel my guide stepping forward, I just shift my full awareness to the power of the spirit. And it just feeds me. It feeds my spirit. Light attracts light. Like attracts like. We are all spirit, regardless if we have this physical meat body. We're all spirit. We're no different than the spirits that we communicate with for a mediumship reading, the spirit communicator. They're the same. They're people. They're the same as we are, but we're living the physical life at this time in the material world. So I just find that once people just ignite their own power, ignite their own light within their own spirit, within their true spirit essence, and build their light, and just get to know their own spirit, your spirit will speak with you. Your spirit will communicate you, and it will help you. It's a natural compass that we can use if we just understand what it's saying to us. And that's the trick. That takes time to get into this space, to really understand what your spirit is telling you and what your guides are telling you. It's really takes moving into this state of stillness, into this state of peace, and just being with your spirit. Just be. Try not to think so much. You can never completely quiet your conscious mind. That's a fact. But you can quiet your mind to the point where you can stay within this space between conscious thoughts and start to expand your superconscious and subconscious. And this is where I feel, where I believe that the spirit world, our spirit, and God communicate with us and through us. So you just have to learn to be still. Start to meditate. Start to sit in the quiet. Start by just focusing on the path of your breath, your intake of breath and your outtake of breath, and just find that natural rhythm of your breath, and you'll immediately start to relax. The breath is a natural relaxant, I guess, for stress, for your physical body. So if you can just find that natural rhythm of your breath and stay there for a few minutes and try not to think so much. And if your mind starts to wander off, which it will, don't beat yourself up. It's normal. Just move yourself back to focusing on your breath, and your mind will start to calm down and will move into a semi-passive state. Look, the mind, I think it's something like 200,000 thoughts that we have that randomly shoot across our minds every day. So it's a really hard place to get to. And also, I've said this in lectures and in classes that I've done, we're bred, humans, mammals, actually probably all animals, are bred to be hyper aware, to search and scan for danger. So the idea of moving into a passive state and just being still and just try not to be so aware of your surroundings, what's going on outside, the clock's ticking, the cat's crying, the phone's ringing, the phone's buzzing, whatever. It's the total antithesis of how we're really, what's in our DNA, what's in our genetic makeup. So that's fine. So you have to understand there will be this internal struggle to relax, to be still, to become as passive as you possibly can, and just focus on your breath, move yourself inward to your spirit, start to expand your light as you caress and honor your own spirit, and just listen to what your spirit is trying to tell you. It's always right. Your spirit is always right, just as my spirit guides are always right. But once you can start understanding the power of your own spirit and being aware of the power of the spirit world that's around you, then you can move into mediumship. And then you can understand the power of the spirit communicator as they come closer to work with you, and that you blend with them. As they blend with you, you blend with them. It's a partnership. You have to move closer to them as they move closer to you, but you can feel their power. Look, I find working with spirit communicators, spirit controls for trance or evidential mediumship, that's mediumship. That's great. That's what we're all here for. We're here to prove survival of so-called death. I'm aware of that. That's clear. But there's so much more that we could do with the spirit world if we would just be aware of the power of the spirit all around us at all times. They will guide us. They will help us. They will support us. As soon as I understood and felt the presence of the spirit world, and my guides, and also God, the great spirit, is around me at all times, everything changed in my life. There's really no more questions that I have. I sort of just am guided which way to go. I don't argue anymore. I just go. I go in the direction they're showing me, but that took time. That took time of me not going the way they were nudging me to go, and everything kind of fell. The energy just got sucked out of that. And honestly, because my guides are a bit cheeky, I heard them laughing and saying, "We told you." So now I just listen to them. Now I go by what I'm feeling and what they're sort of impressing on me in the direction which I need to go in whatever I'm doing in my life, in my mediumship, in my development, in my progression, doesn't matter. But just move your awareness to the spirit world, to the power of the spirit, your spirit, the great spirit. I'm using spirit just in general, but it all kind of goes together. It is at the end of the day a collective, isn't it? It's collective love, collective wisdom, and intelligence. So just move there, and then you'll see. I don't want to touch too much on mediumship because that's a whole other video. But once you start doing readings, you just shift your full awareness to the presence of the spirit communicator if you're doing evidential mediumship, or the presence of the spirit control if you're involved with trance, and then just get out of the way and then try to go completely passive if you can. But just shifting your awareness to the power of the spirit communicator when you're doing an evidential mediumship reading just takes the stress off of you, because you're just aware of their energy and you just allow them to communicate through you, through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or how many clairs that you're working on. Just give what you get and just stay within their power, and just always be aware of their power, and you'll feel the blend becomes easier. The communication becomes easier because you're within their energy. You're aware of their energy and their love. They only come to help. They only come to work with us. They only come to help our development. Sorry, there's my class in a minute. They just want to help us be the best medium, the best ambassador for the spirit world and God that we can be in the physical world. Okay, I don't know. I have to rewatch this video and see if it made any sense. Like I said, it was completely inspired. Anyway, thank you for listening. And if it wasn't good, it's my guide's fault. Thank you.